Ah, damn it. I was just getting over the summer this year because I'm in the thick of college, and then I saw this movie. Shit! Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to MaffmanJones Movie Reviews. I'm your host, John Maffio, and today's featured movie is The Way, Way Back, directed by Nat Faxon and Jim Reg, and they also star in the film. The movie's basically it's another coming-of-age story, and by the way, coming-of-age films are abundant in this year, 2013. An awkward kid has a family. It has a mother and a stepfather, Steve Carell, and a stepsister now, and they all are traveling to the summer house to enjoy the summer. He's in an awkward situation. But then he goes to a water park and he meets Sam Rockwell's character, and this is where his life starts to change. I guess one could consider this film an indie flick, and it came out way back, see what I did there, in July. And normally I wouldn't do a review for a film that came out months ago, because a couple months ago in movie reviewing time is like decades, centuries, millennias. But I loved this movie so goddamn much that I had to talk about it. And I've seen a lot of coming-of-age films. I've seen a lot of movies where an awkward kid becomes, he transfers into something different by the end of the film. And this movie was something that really moved me. It was genuine. It was heartfelt. It was very funny. The characters were well realized. And it was a complete package. The acting all around was very impressive. Steve Carell plays an asshole in this movie. He plays the overbearing stepfather. And normally he plays like the safe character where he's a comedic genius, or he's just a guy who's loopy and stupid. But he's starting to get into mature roles now. He's definitely proving his worth. Anna Sophia Robb is in this movie, and she was really good. And I'm not just saying that because I have a crush on her. She was good. And last but not least, Sam Rockwell, who always rocks his supporting roles, or any roles he gets in films. He's very underrated. And in this movie, he plays like that very sarcastic, very witty guy who befriends the main character. Long story short, he was great in this movie. There are many components to The Way, Way Back that are very well executed, but the one that got me the most was the story, because, we have seen the story before. We have seen coming-of-age films throughout decades, but for some reason, this movie does something different, and I can't put my finger on it, but it just pulled at my heartstrings, and it had a very big string of emotions. It was funny, it was dramatic, it was weird and quirky, but it had a lot of things. A lot of it probably had to do with the directing, the acting, and the overall screenplay, but this movie really moved me. They really caught that atmosphere of the summer, and it made me want to go to a water park so bad. Like, every time I go to water parks now, I'm going to think of this movie. It's never going to go away. The Way, Way Back centralizes around a shy character, but whether or not you were shy and awkward during your childhood and early stages of life, you can still relate to this movie because all the characters are realistic, and they all seem like characters or people that you know in real life, because all these people have their personalities and they're very distinct. They all have their personal dilemmas, but they all have their own ways of distracting themselves from the reality of the world. And the film does do a really great job of getting you invested in the story and the characters, especially in the main character, because once you get invested in this main character, when he starts to change, you start to feel very good, and you start to vicariously feel his emotions throughout the entire picture. Like, when he starts to finally adjust to what's going on in his world, it actually is very incredibly uplifting. I really heavily regret not seeing this back in July when it first released, but The Way, Way Back is being solidified right now as one of my favorite movies of 2013. It is a great movie. I loved it to death. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you watch it when it comes out in October on DVD and Blu-ray. Please watch it. I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 5 stars. It's Maffadocious. Third one of the year, I'm pretty sure. It's probably ironic that I'm asking you guys this since this movie's been out for a while, but if you've seen The Way, Way Back, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. Did you love it as much as I did, or did you find a lot of problems with it that made you dislike the movie or deter your experience? Also, if you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to MaffmanJones so you can't miss out on more MaffmanJones reviews in the future. Like the video, and check out Facebook, Twitter, and We Live Film in the info box. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and we still got Prisoners and Rush this weekend coming up, so stay tuned for those. This weekend might be one of the best weekends for movies in a while. I cannot fucking wait. See you next time.